Good morning. Back on trail. I got a loose tree behind me there. We left Pine about half an hour ago with little trail issues. The trail out of the trailhead is not the trail out of the trailhead. It's kind of bizarre. But we tromped across the land until we found the trail that apparently Far Out said it was. It was entertaining. It was a good laugh. We've gotten no mud so far, so of course we're only like half a mile into the trail. So we're actually 9/10 of a mile into the trail. Of course that includes all the wandering we did, so I'd say it's probably a quarter of a mile into the trail. But Pine was beautiful. I could have stayed there a lot longer and just fallen more and more in love with the place. Such a cool experience. I would come back just to stay there, just for a vacation. But we're headed to the East Verde River today. It's a short day. It's only gonna be about 20.7 miles, maybe 22 miles, maybe? Not sure.
Theoretically 20.
Yeah, theoretically, but that's on Far Out, which means it's probably 24 miles in reality.
There's no bench on AVT.
Explains it right there. So, funny story. Here's Luce and I just bebopping along on this insanely perfect trail. Just gallivanting along, enjoying it, commenting on how beautiful this trail is. And then I stopped to take a picture. Luce Tree looks at his phone on the Far Out app and goes, "Holy shit, we're off trail." So we're a little over a half a mile off the red line. We're on a blue line that would have added about 4 miles to our day. So we're hiking back to the red line right now. There's another hiker we started the morning out named Lemon Drop. We're gonna try to catch up to her, hike with her for a bit, and laugh at our ignorance. But the thing is this trail is actually, I'm kind of glad we did it, because it is a short day for us, theoretically, and it really is a joy to hike on. It's beautiful, the views are incredible, and the trail just makes me want to be a mountain biker all over again. Well, now I can't blame Far Out when we get to the East Verde and we're at 24 miles.
Yeah.
And it says it's only 21 miles to it.
Has it been off the whole way?
Yep. Oh, we just got finished doing a couple of insanely sucky climbs. Ooh, good tent site. There's a spot. Nice. Really nice. I'm guessing we have another climb coming up. Body's already tired. We're only 8 miles in. Oh my god. It's technically 7 miles in, because of that 1 mile we added onto it. But it was well worth it. That was a beautiful trail. Even though I blame myself because I was out front and missed the junction. But I think it was a mistake well made. The game now is figuring out who's in front of us by staring at footprints. We're figuring there's maybe 4. Cowpie and Pine Nut, Vic, and Thunderbolt are my 4 contenders. It's a given that that Pine Nut and Cow Patty are out there, and that Thunderbolt's out there. Vic's a question mark. I'm assuming she's out here, and Lemon Drop is out here somewhere. We're guessing she's a bit ahead of us as well, because she probably passed us when we did the blue line by accident. I've only seen a few footprints, and one or two of which I recognize as Thunderbolt. and I forget who else. It's Mazatlan Mountain. Gotta climb that tomorrow. All off into that distance. That's where I'm going. Want to get over this mountain before it gets hot. It's a little after 10 a.m. right now. It's already getting pretty warm. Ah, the Mazatlan Wilderness. Made it. I'm stoked. Hell yeah. There's a javelina right there. I don't think you can see him. Scared one earlier. And I heard it. There he goes. He grunted, and then I yelled. I was like, was that a fucking javelina? And then I look up trail, down trail, whatever your orientation, and I saw one run across the trail. That's a javelina. And then I pull my phone out to take a picture. Well, I better go on video. And right when I did that, that javelina went into the bushes, and I got to see a third. Well, two of them technically. I've never seen javelina live before. I'm sure people in Arizona see them often, and it's no big deal. They're just like wild pigs. But I have never seen a javelina before. You know, outside of the internet. So I was like, really fucking cool. Sorry for my language, but I'm really kind of stoked to see one. Man, this trail just does not disappoint. Well, there's some weird stuff going on in the desert. I'm sure it used to say something. Looks like it says yep. Can't tell anymore. Or yak. Oh, party on. This is my world right now. It's insane. I was talking to myself earlier, and I said that all that mud, that 3 days of living hell, all worth it to get here, to this trail. At this point, where I can just savor this incredible landscape and beauty. It's insane. This forest of juniper that we're in is incredible. It's mind-blowing how beautiful it is here. And yes, it is very hot, but you kind of don't care because you're so busy wrapped up in the beauty. What a special guy. Check this guy out. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. Big centipede. I don't want to fuck with him. What a beauty. What a beautiful, beautiful insect. Just absolutely gorgeous. Telling you, this place is magical. Just incredible. To see that centipede, they're so cool. Beautiful yellows and oranges. Just amazing. This is my trail right now. Rocky, gravelly, slow going. We'll get there. We'll get to the river. I'm pretty sure I got more of this tomorrow, but it's going up. Wanted to show you this for a second. I'm going to put the phone away because this descent's really rocky. But just look at that. There's Mazatl. Got to climb that in the morning. Well, made it. It was interesting. There were highs and lows. Let's just leave it at that. Thankfully, more highs than lows. Fucking gorgeous day. Over there is Thunderbird, our UK contingent that I can't see. Wait, let's get into the shade here. God, the sun. There's Thunderbird.
Good evening.
Straight from the UK for our pleasure and entertainment with his beautiful tent. Such a lovely tent.
Tent, yeah, I'm well happy.
That's a big tent.
3,000 miles I've done in that, well over now.
You got a fire pit. I'm jealous. But mine's got wood on it. Alright, over here is my campgrounds. We're hoping that Luce can make it tonight. He's having a little knee pain. He doesn't think he'll make it. He'll probably camp short. We'll catch him up eventually. Usually it's always how he turns around. There is my tent. A little buggy here, but they're going to go away eventually. But yeah, it was definitely a challenge. Let's walk down to the river. I got to get my Ceanoc bag. I've been chilling some spring water for my enjoyment. All right, let's figure out where I put my stuff. Okay, there's the trail. We're just a little bit off trail. And I submerged my bag on the shore here of the East Verde River, which is quite wide right now and deep, but it is beautiful. So I grabbed water from a spring about 4 miles up because I'd submerged my head in it and it was ice cold and I wanted the water. So, hey, my bag's still there. So I went and got it. Funny thing is, that same water from that same spring comes out right there. You can see it. Let's see if you can see it. There it is. So tomorrow, I'm gonna go back across the river, get more water for the carry tomorrow. There's my bag, right there. There's my Ceanoc bag. Yeah, it's a little colder. All right, I'm not going to trouble you with the walk back up. I'm going to just walk up and I'll talk to you later. Well, welcome to tonight's home.
Holy fuck.
That road down.
We were concerned about you having your knee with that fucking fucking slidey shit.
You know, I stayed in the bottom of Rock Canyon for, I don't know, over an hour. Soaked my knee in that pool.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, in that spring?
Yeah.
I soaked my head in that spring.
I got out.
Loose Tree made it to camp. You were in my video earlier. I was talking about whether you're going to show up or not with your knee. So, that's it. Good morning. It's 6 a.m. We just headed off. I'm the last one out of camp. I think Luce took off first, and then Thunderbolt just left about 5 minutes ago. I was packing up a very wet tent fly. Got cold last night. Ooh, fresh coyote poop. And we're climbing Mazatl today. It's huge. It's going to start off with we got about a 6.7 mile approach. So it gradually climbs, and then we get about 3,000 foot of ascent in a very short distance. So we camped at the river so that we can tackle this today. I'm a little slow going at the moment, making sure I don't miss anything. Anyway, let's see how this day goes. Sun is not up yet, but oh yeah, so my nice REI polar fleece gloves are in pine. I'm not happy about that. So my fingertips are very cold right now. So I don't know if you can see the trail. I'll try to point it out. All right, so the trail goes up through there to the right, and then you can just start seeing it zigzagging. This isn't Mazatzel, this is just the shoulder of it. But it looks like it go up over there, and then over the top, and off into the distance. Good days. Here's the top of Mazatzel. I've been climbing for an hour and 2.5 hours and gained less than 5 miles. Oh my God. Now I got all that. Trail is giving us a little break before we start climbing again. Everybody else, the other two guys are gone. I'm hiking a lot slower than they are. Luce took off before we even broke camp. Then Thunderbird left me while I was swapping out layers. All good. Okay. Way off on the horizon is the Mogollon Rim. We were there just yesterday. It's amazing to me. Truly amazing. Even though I'm suffering and sweating and hurting and aching, I just look up. This beautiful world's in front of me and enveloping me. It's so cool. Well, near the top of Mazatzel, I am completely destroyed. It has taken me over 4 hours to climb 7 miles. I just saw the trail. I got a whole bunch more climbing to do. Just had a rest at this stream. Dried out my tent fly. Ate some goldfish and string cheese. Drank about 1.5 liters of water. stocked up, carrying 2.7 liters right now. That should get me next 7 or 8 miles. It is very hot out. Doing a little up and down stuff right now, which I don't mind. I'm moving a little slow. Planning on camping in about 11 miles. It'll give me about 22, 23 miles for the day. It'll probably be dark when I get there. We'll see. Pretty. Got all these pools. I'm heading this way. Slight climb. It's not too bad, but my body's pretty beat up from climbing Mazatl, so I'm gonna go slow. I gotta get over a saddle. It's about a half mile ahead. And see what's after that. This is called horse camp. Horse camps. It's horse camps something. It's beautiful. Seep. Horse camp Seep. With a gigantic pool for swimming in. If I felt so inclined. My tent is right up in here. Well, not yet. I just got here. I laid out the footprint, dumped my pack, and came out here to grab a couple liters of water in the Seanock bag, which is laying over here right now. It was 20.5 miles for 11.5 hours. I am positively trashed. Loose tree kept going, I guess. He's not here. And Thunderbird's probably at Bodie Seep, which is another 3.5 miles down trail. I don't want to go another 3.5 miles down trail. So I came here. And I'm really glad I did. I'll show you where my tent's gonna be. It's still a little wet from this morning. And the waterfall and everything is right there. I really have to get my tent up. Might be a rain still coming through. So I'll talk to you later. It's been a rough morning. You can see the trail winding its way up the mountain. Been doing that all day. I got the sun behind me, so I'm not going to turn the camera around. Three hours and 47 minutes in. I've done 7.54 miles. It's been hard. Lightning was really bad. The thunder kept hitting these downpours. I don't know how much I'm going to video today. I really need to save my batteries. 3 more days to Roosevelt. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there. through another rainstorm. It's still raining, but not as bad. At least it wasn't while climbing. I'm sure that's still to come. Hopefully we go around this valley. So it's downhill going on. Tell you what, I might be slightly miserable, but it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I'm not in a bad mood, I'm just really tired. So, just tired. I'm ready for a break. It's only been 4.5 hours this morning, and I'm ready for a break. There's a spring coming up called Bear Spring. About a mile out still. Probably gonna water up there. Well, it's raining again. I stopped putting my shell on. I got sick of it. The off and on was driving me crazy. I'm about to do this ridge line, which looks actually really fucking cool. Looks like I follow up and down before it does whatever it does, which is kind of cool. I have a feeling I'm going to be putting on my shell for this rain. Doesn't look too happy over there. If it goes through really fast, I might be able to just go without the shell or find some shelter. Just wait it out. And we'll see. Crazy day, man. Crazy day. Well, I just got camp set up. I am so tired. I definitely need this early day. I should be all done setting up before 4:30. But here's camp. Now the cool thing, as I was setting camp up, was this. 400 miles, baby. Halfway to Mexico. I'll talk in a little bit. I gotta do a little self-care right now. Oh man, like my mess. This is called Chris is in the middle of doing all kinds of stuff. Chris is charging his headlamp. Down to 2 bars on 1 brick. Alright. Chris pulled out clean socks and put away old socks. Chris emptied out his fanny pack of all its trash from just today. Also some Band-Aid stuff that I'm going to show you right now. So last 2 miles I was feeling a hot spot on the outside of my ankle, on my heel. So not the outside of my ankle, but the outside of my heel. So I waited till I got to camp. I took my shoes off. See if I can do this without getting too jacked up. So I have a blister just above the bottom of my heel. It's right here. So I have sanitized it with an alcohol swab. Then I put a really heavy-duty sticky band-aid over that to prevent infection. And then I put some moleskin over that. Hopefully that does the trick. I think the main problem was I was doing a lot of downhilling the last 4 miles, 5 miles. And my socks are soaked from sweat. And I think there was just a lot of friction buildup from those wet socks that also I've been wearing for 3 days. So, got a clean pair of Darn Toughs. They're my backups. I usually go about 2-3 days on the first pair, 2.5 days on the second pair. Today started out brutal. It was brutal. Nothing but climbing. The first mile, maybe 2 miles, 2.5 miles, was not bad. A lot of up and down, steady, little rises, some just, but really bad lightning across the valley and the thunder. You could see the clouds building. I caught up to Loose Tree, who was getting water. Seemed like a good idea. No, I was loaded. I had a good ride of water. So I stood there with him for a second, talked about the weather. Then out of nowhere pops up Thunderbird. He was staying at Brody's Seep, which was 2.5 miles further SOBO from me. And he popped up. And we all got our shit together and everybody got going. I'm the slowest of the bunch, so Thunderbird gone. Loose Tree took off. And that was that. I was alone for the rest of the day. Did about 13 miles uphill. It was really tough. It wasn't like 5,000 feet of uphill like yesterday, but it was like half-mile sections, just grinds. And then you get this short reprieve, and then it just grinds again. I was exhausted. I am exhausted. I don't know if I'll leave this tent. It's 4:45. I go to bed at 8. I might make dinner outside the tent, but last night that didn't go so well. I don't know if you can see it. There's a patch right there. I got a waterproof patch from a patch kit that I purchased at REI for my mattress. I was so exhausted last night. I was cooking outside of my tent, maybe a foot away from my tent. And I reached out to stir it. So I was cooking food in the pot. And the pot fell forward. I grabbed the kettle as fast as I could. But the problem was that the stove was on full blast. It flipped down, shot its little jet right at the side of my tent, which was like a foot away. And this thing lit up. I just immediately put it out, forgot about everything else. Put it out, settled everything down. Ironically, right after that, the butane tank emptied. Could have emptied while the kettle was still up, or the pot was still up. Matter of seconds. That's all it was. But I patched it up. When I get into Roosevelt Marina, I'm going to seam seal it. I have a seam sealing kit. That about sums up my day. I'm going to start cleaning I need to get organized. I need to start prepping for the morning. I'm going to get up at 4 and be on trail by 5. So that's the plan. I would like to do 23 or 24 miles tomorrow. Knock down a little bit that's left. This is a 5.5 day trek to Roosevelt. If I can get a little bit more mileage in tomorrow, that'll really make the last day 6 much more easy. Okay, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Morning. I'm once again breathless. I've been on trail for 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's been rough. Almost 3 miles into the day. Had a fun little 1 mile, just a little traverse thing, which is cool. Dropped into a washed out creek bed, which was really fun with a headlamp. Been climbing for a bit. I expected it, so I'm not too freaked out. But yeah, I don't know where I go now. I'm gonna go down through the mountains over that way. Working our way to Sunflower, which is about 13 miles away. Over here, I've been talking for the last 3 minutes with my camera off. I guess I'm starting to get a little loopy. But I've been descending this dry creek bed, going on about how it doesn't bode well for me because you descend a creek bed, it means you climb out of a creek bed. It's also saying that 13 miles to Sunflower, which is trucks. I don't even think it's a truck stop. I think it's a tow company. That's about it. But that marks 40 miles to Roosevelt Marina. That's cool. Take a Nero if I get there in the morning. Relax. I don't think I can afford a zero. I think I'm too far behind for a zero. And there's a couple others that are going to zero there, but I just don't have the time. I have a little less than 400 miles to go. Like 397-ish. And I've got 3 weeks to do it. Time is not on my side. I should be at about 340 miles by now. Oh well, we'll see how it goes. If I can't do it, I can't do it. Hey, as you can see, I'm not on a trail. I am in a hotel in Phoenix. I came off trail 2 days ago, down in Sunflower, 400 miles into the hike, and I had been experiencing severe knee pain on the inside of my left knee for several days, and I was trying to battle through it. I think a lot of that's going to be evident or visible on the video. There's a lot of times when I seemed really, really low, I was really tired and beat up, and well, a lot of it had to do with my knee. All the climbing I was doing was causing more and more knee pain. It was causing the hike to take super, super long. So a friend of mine was gonna zero here in Phoenix, so he offered me a ride from Sunflower into town, and I took it. And that was Loose Street. And so I got a hotel, went and saw a doctor at the clinic, like just up the road, and they determined that I had a strained medial collateral ligament due to muscle imbalance and overuse. Go figure. And so they suggested 3 weeks of recovery time, which takes me out of my window to finish the AZT this year. So I extended my stay here at the hotel. I'm gonna fly out in a couple days to Fairbanks and heal. I'm not happy about it. I'm not upset, but I'm not happy. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard spending over 3 weeks on the trail, and now it's done, but you're not done. I still got 3 more weeks of trail to do. So I'm gonna come back next year and do the second half from Sunflower down to Mexico. Just gotta work that out. I have a year to do it. Some people have taken longer to finish through hikes, so I guess it's my turn to be patient and just prepare for it. I have the gear. I know it's in front of me. I know what to expect. All I basically got to do is get the time off from work, buy a plane ticket. That's it. Got everything else. I'm also kicking around doing the JMT. So I'll either do the JMT in spring, which will take less than 2 weeks. It's only like 200 and something miles. And then I'll use that as a warm-up, and then I'll come back and do this in October. Easy. Yeah. It sucks, but it's one of the problems with pushing things too hard when you're older. The body tends to break down more easily, and I need to slow down. My friend Slokohanis even said it. Everybody that was pushing really hard numbers are dropping, except for Thunderbird, because Thunderbird's, he's a monster. But Thrifty dropped only after 3 days with a foot injury. And now here I am 3 weeks later and 400 miles later with a trash knee. But it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over it. I'm not going to do anything stupid over it. I'm just going to accept it and go. Okay. I got to go do stuff. There's a race. And that I'm going to go hang out at the Javelina 100 mile and 100K. I got a friend running the 100K. I got friends crewing other friends that are running. So I just want to go hang out and kind of party with them. And spend the day there and chill. All right. I will talk to you later in the second half of this, I guess, or wherever I'm going to be on the trail. All right. Take it easy.